Good morning, everybody. Good morning, boys and girls, mums and dads. I hope you've had a fantastic Christmas time. Okay, so this morning we are thinking about looking forward and not looking back. And today's story is about a guy, if you remember, called Daniel. Now, Daniel and his friends were taken to a new country. They didn't want to go. They went to a place called Babylon. And they were set to work for the king, but they had to go into training first. Now, the problem they had was the king wanted them to eat the same food as him, but they weren't allowed, because if you remember, in the Old Testament, it tells us of how God stopped the Jews from eating certain foods. Okay, so these foods, well, they were part of those foods, and so Daniel and his friends, they were in a real problem. They had a pickle, because they couldn't eat the foods the king wanted them to eat. But if they didn't eat them, they could get into trouble. So Daniel had an idea. He set a challenge to the chief of staff and said to him, look, let us only eat vegetables and drink water, and we'll prove to you that we can still work as hard as everybody else. You see, they remembered what God had told them, but they were looking to their futures in Babylon. The chief steward, well, he decided, well, look, we'll give him a go. So that's what he did. He allowed them for 10 days to eat vegetables and drink water. Now, we know, boys and girls, that eating vegetables is really healthy for us. And so Daniel and his 3 friends, they were really, really healthy after the 10 days because they'd only been eating things that were really good for them. So at the end of the 10 days, the chief steward decided to carry on allowing them to eat vegetables and drink water. Now, after the 3-year training was up, they were the best of the best of the best, and the king invited them to serve him in his palace. And Daniel and his friends, well, they were really, really good. They followed God's ways. They looked ahead, but they also remembered the past. I wonder, what good things are you going to remember about 2020? See if you can make a list of all the thank you things that you can thank God for today. As we look into the new year, let's thank God for the good stuff that has happened in 2020. Okay, we're going to finish with a prayer now. Before you go and get your packs, so don't go and get your packs yet. Here we go. Let's do the wiggly hand prayer drill. We'll do it from the front so that you can see my hands wiggling. Okay, here we go. Ready? Wiggle. 1, 2, 3. Lord God, we thank you for all the fun that we're going to have thinking about Daniel. And God, we do thank you that 2020, even though it's been difficult, we have got things to thank you for. We thank you for our families. We thank you for our friends. We thank you for our school. And we thank you for our church. And most of all, we thank you for Jesus. In Jesus' name, amen. Amen. Okay, guys, we'll see you next week. Have a brilliant new year. Happy New Year, everybody.